my name's Christina and you're watching Proud Bookline, and today I'm back with 3 things to talk about. And today I'm going to talk about 3 different kinds of slurs / categories of words that should not be used in books unless the person talking about them share that marginalization, and when used they should be used correctly, if that makes sense. I recently read Suicide Notes by Thomas Ford, where there were several words and sentences and paragraphs where I had strong reactions and I felt like, wait a second, that's not okay, what are you doing? And I really struggled to enjoy this book because of that. However, I found a worse example and I haven't even finished the book. It's called Drop by Katie Everson, and wow, it's full with ableist slurs and just words and descriptions, and everything is a mess. The story is okay, but it's very hello this hat and kind of boring, but maybe it will be better. I haven't finished it yet. However, these books are the ones that spark the discussion that I'm going to have right now. So I'll be talking about 3 different kinds of slurs categories. However, I'm totally aware that there are a lot of more. For example, racial slurs, ethnical slurs, and religious slurs. So there's a lot of slurs and there's a lot of categories, and I'm totally aware of that. However, I'm just going to talk about 3 because that's the name of this little series, and those are the ones that I noticed within these books. Let's get started. Number 1 that I noticed in both of these books: illnesses are not jokes. They are not adjectives, and this is of course for all illnesses, both physical and mental. However, within these books and all the books that I've ever read, there have only been jokes about mental illnesses. For example, in Drop, within the first 3 pages, I think, a girl is referred to be OCD. She does not suffer from OCD. And OCD isn't a joke. It's obsessive compulsive disorder, and that's not something anybody chooses to have. It's not a joke. It's literally a girl that talks about one thing that rubs her the wrong way. That's not OCD. This book also has a girl that's apparently bipolar because she changed her opinion. That's not what bipolar disorder is. And it's really not okay, especially as bipolar disorder is one of the few mental illnesses that people aren't able to recover from. It's a lifelong illness, and it's not okay to joke about. It's not okay to joke about any mental illness. And in this book, it's mainly used as jokes and comic relief. And they also use dyslexia, which is a learning disability, as a joke. She says she has a dyslexic tongue. You can't have that. It's not an adjective. I don't comprehend why it's so hard not to use mental illnesses as adjectives and jokes. If you want to use something else than OCD, why don't you use NEAT? Why don't you use she couldn't stop thinking about this thing for a while? Or she thought a lot about this? Because it's really disrespectful for everybody that knows somebody that suffers from these illnesses or suffers from them personally. It's not okay, and it's really annoying because it's only mental illnesses. I've never seen a book describe a character, for example, being wary about eating a cookie and saying, oh, she's so diabetic. Nope, never heard about that. Or, oh, she has heart disease. No, that's not AO. It's so annoying. And something that I have a very big issue with is when disorders are portrayed, well, not even portrayed, they're joked about and they set up a false image. Because in this book, Suicide Notes, the main character Jeff says, oh, she can't have an eating disorder because she eats. And she's of a bigger size that we get to learn earlier. Eating disorders does not discriminate between age, gender, body size, or whatever. Anybody can sadly suffer from an eating disorder. And I'm sorry, but if you don't eat, you die. So you have to eat, even if you have an eating disorder. Having an eating disorder does not mean you don't eat. Having an eating disorder means that you have problems or a problematic relationship with food and eating. It might mean that you eat a lot. It might mean that you don't get enough nutrition in you. It's not specified, or it is depending on the illness, but eating disorders as a whole, it means that you have a complicated relationship with food that's, ruining your life. It does not mean that you don't eat, and it's very harmful to put something like that in books. Sorry. please stop using, especially mental illnesses, but all illnesses, as jokes, adjectives, and when you use them correctly, please. So yeah, that was category number 1. Type number 2 is, well, let's name a few. Faggot, gay, queer, and other slurs when it comes to the queer community. When it comes to LGBTQIA+ people, humans, it's not gay if you wear a pink sweater. It's not even girly because clothes and colors are genderless. If you're gay, then you like the same gender. That's the only thing that gay means. It does not mean anything else. So please stop using it as that. It does not mean that you're worth more or less. So yeah, I don't have a big issue when people that aren't a part of the queer community uses queer in a respectful way. However, when it's used as, well, negative, then of course I have an issue with it. This book used queer in a very weird way, and I don't even know how to feel about it, because I was just so shocked reading it, because she has a part where the main character, she's allo cishet, she says, "I'm here, I'm not queer, and I'm ready to learn." What was the point of that? I like when characters tell you how they identify. I just don't think that the use of queer was needed, and it made it feel like it was used as a comic relief. Like, ha ha ha, she's not queer, oh great, we can read this book now and enjoy it. This book also has a scene where she says boobs instead of boots in front of a girl. And she's like, oh no, I can't be lesbian. I don't want to think that they're lesbian. Why? What's wrong with being lesbian? There's nothing wrong with being lesbian. Please do not perpetuate these harmful tropes. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with how you identify. Whatever your sexual orientation or romantic orientation is, it's okay. And it's not connected with your worth or what you like. Or, well, it's connected with which people you like, but not which colors or activities you like. Dancing is not gay. It's just dancing. Like, it's not that hard. And I really think that if you're going to use the word queer, be queer. But that's just my opinion. And lastly, category number 3 is ableist slurs. For example, crazy. This book uses the word imbecile. Stupid, dumb, and other words like that has throughout centuries lowered disabled people's worth. They have been called these words in order to put them down. They are less worth than able humans. And I'm going to be honest here, I struggle with these things myself. I struggle with actually all categories because and I think you too, we grow up in a society where words like crazy and stupid and other words like that. I mean, I've heard people refer to people that do not suffer from OCD as OCD so many times, and I've probably done it myself, but I'm really trying my hardest to change these words to better words. For example, like wild or silly or ignorant, because that's what I'm actually saying. It's really hard sometimes realizing that you're saying these words, but I really think that we should try to think about which word we type and what we say to each other, because these words that I've said today and all the other slurs, racial, ethnical, and religious slurs, they are very harmful, and we have so many words, and words have a lot of power, so it's time we started using our words more wisely and correctly. So yeah, do you have any opinions about this? Please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Your support truly means the world to me. Have a great day /night / whatever part it is for you guys. Bye!